Do you think talking about the secret to a long-lasting relationship could get us into bother or open a whole can of worms?
That's why they've put it at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll run out of time.
We could just run. Right, before we get to that, many of us love the thrill of a theme park, of course, but not many of us understand the work that goes into making the rides come together.
Yes, an engineering firm from Derby has played a major part in a brand new ride that's coming to Alton Towers this spring. Our reporter Hannah Beshley has been given an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at what goes into building it.
There's jewels, suits of armour and sticks of dynamite, the result of David Walliams' imagination meeting Alton Towers. The final preparations are being made here to a ride based on one of the comic's #1 best-selling children's books.
The story of Gangster Granny is about a boy called Ben who thinks his granny is boring until one day he finds out she is an international jewel thief. And together they go on an adventure to steal the crown jewels.
Our ride system is a combination of special effects, projection mapping, a vehicle that can move and stop and start, it can spin, it can help us tell that story. And we've also got fun gags that you might have in there, like smells, maybe of cabbage soup. So really it's a special effects kind of laden adventure.
And turning David's ideas into a theme park adventure has taken 2.5 years of work. It's nearly ready to open, and I've been to see the work in progress.
So this is the start of the ride. Tell me what people are going to see at the beginning.
So they'll get on board this 8-seater Royal Tour box, which will enter into our first scene, where they think they're going to see the Crown Jewel Tour, a 9-hour journey, the history of the royal family. But just as it turns into this scene, Ben and Granny actually stop the tour and invite our guests to join them on the heist of a lifetime to actually steal those crown jewels.
And then the rest of the ride, I presume, is on that stealing the jewels.
And then it's the chase and the excitement of actually stealing those jewels, yes.
And key to the enjoyment of that chase are these specially made cars, designed by Derby-based company Garmandale.
Making the vehicle dance and sing and do the magic, as we call it, that bit's been okay, and normally within our realms, but then interacting with the scenery, the AV, and the special effects, syncing it all together is the key, and that's the tricky part. But yeah, still rewarding.
And just as rewarding, all this money on display in the ride.
Clearly, there's a lot of money and a lot of jewellery down here. It looks very nice. So what part of the story is this?
So this is part of the story where Ben and Granny attempt to steal all these jewels, but they inadvertently set off the alarms, and this is where everything goes crazy. All the red flashing beacons, lots of loud alarms, and that's where the chase really begins.
Ooh. Those red flashing beacons and alarms are all part of the special effects on the ride, but there's plenty of physical props too, handmade by the theme park's team.
We're kind of at the stage now where most of the scenes have all the structural stuff in, but now it's all the finishing touches. So it's all those fine details that kind of really make everything come to life, all the little Easter eggs and the little hidden facts and everything. And it's kind of what really makes the ride exciting for everyone to see.
And some of those handmade items include the hull of HMS Belfast.
I presume this is part of the chase, but we look like we've come underwater.
Yeah, so this is the point where Ben and Granny put on their wetsuits and we see them on this projected screen here, swimming away from the feds. And this scene is really special because we've also incorporated 4D effects like bubbles to really convince you are underwater.
Wow. That attention to detail isn't just inside the ride. There's also a David Walliams world being created outside the Gangster Granny attraction. This space will host a special ride and shop based on another character from his books.
Well, this is the final turn of the ride that takes you towards the end. But no, we're not going to be showing you that because I've been told, like all good stories, I can't tell you the end.
People will be able to see it for themselves, though, when the ride opens, and they experience Gangster Granny's adventures from the safety of their Crown Jewels Tour carriage. Hannah Beshley, ITV News.
Looks good.
Yeah, well, I look forward to the finished product.
Yeah. I haven't read the book. My younger ones aren't quite at that age, so I'm looking for maybe read the book first, then go on the ride.
Yeah, oh, you'll love it.
Good.
So will they.
Right, now the